Today, we are going to talk about planning. Planning is creating a roadmap to completing a task or a goal. Good planners can prioritize tasks, manage their time well, and work most efficiently. Planning involves determining a task or goal and then determining the steps to get there. Tools for planning may involve planners, calendars, homework logs, and schedules. So each of you has received this planning self-assessment given by your teacher. I'm going to go ahead and go over it, and then you will go ahead and complete this. So directions. Read each prompt and score yourself. A 0 means never, 1 means sometimes, and 2 means always. To the first question, I use a homework log to write down my assignments. Second, I have a calendar somewhere in my house, and that doesn't mean for your parents. Like, you personally have your own calendar, whether that's Google Calendar on your computer or an actual physical calendar in your house, but you yourself have a calendar. The third question is, I take time in the morning to think and plan out my day. 4, before a long-term assignment, for example, the early humans assignment, I stopped to think about how to chunk the assignment. And chunk just means how to break it down into smaller pieces. So if you have a week to work on something, do you plan out what you're going to accomplish each day of the week in order to get it done on time? And finally, I come to class prepared with all materials. So for distance learning, that means you've got your Chromebook and you have your charger next to you. Hopefully your Chromebook is charged and you have anything else that you might need. Some classes require a pencil and paper. It depends on what your teacher has asked of you, but do you come every single day with the things you need and you don't have to get up to go find them once class has already started? When you're finished, you're going to go ahead and add up all of the numbers over here, and please write your score here. Now, here is what the results will mean. If you scored a 0 to a 3, this is a significant area of weakness for you. If you scored a 4 to a 6, you have some basic skills, but you're in need of support. If you have a 7 to an 8, you have strong skills, but could still manage some growth. And if you have a 9 to a 10, this is a significant area of strength for you. Most students, and I will admit I'm not either, I'm not a 9 or a 10, although I'm always aiming to be, but I'd say most kids are definitely in one of these 3. It's very rare that we have students that are a 9 or 10. Most people do need some practice in this area. Oops. So check off these boxes right here now. Check them off if you come to class unprepared. If you get overwhelmed with long-term or multiple assignments. So if you've got lots of assignments at the same time, or if you have one big giant assignment, do you get overwhelmed? Do you forget to do your homework assignments? And that's right here. Do you need to rush to complete your assignment? So basically, are you waiting till the last minute to get them in? Do you often turn your assignments in late? And you have to rush a lot. Okay, so how did you do? You're going to take the next couple of minutes to describe your score. How did you do on the top part? How did you do on the bottom part, the common planning challenges, and then the self-assessment? Just go ahead and take a couple of sentences to describe how you feel you did and what areas that you can tell so far that you might need some improvement with. Okay, so the next part of this lesson is planning. What is planning? Planning is creating a roadmap to complete a task or a goal. Good planners can prioritize tasks, manage their time well, and work most efficiently. This is an important skill because it helps us use our test most efficiently and effectively to get a job done. What are some examples of planning? So, some examples of planning are getting ready to start a long term research paper, figuring out the best way to start cleaning the whole house. Think of how to ask your parents to stay out later, writing down homework to make sure you get it all done later, planning what ingredients you need to cook a meal, taking time to make sure you have your materials to bring to school, and figuring out what outfit you're going to wear to a special event. So those are all examples of ways that you can plan. So I want you to think about the last 7 days, the last week. What are some ways that you have planned this last week in your own life? And you're going to go ahead and write those down. And then the second question is, why is planning important in your life? Next is planning your routine. Getting into a routine is one of the best ways to plan your day. It helps create positive habits such as giving yourself enough time for homework and spending time with friends. Come up with a daily routine below. Remember to include wake up, breakfast, school, homework. Some of you are still in sports, so if you're still doing sports, time with friends, dinner, bedtime, etc. So there's a lot of other things that you can include. So I'd like you to go ahead and take a look at this now, and you'll spend most of the rest of today working on planning out your daily routine.